So several weeks ago, my family decided to sit down and watch the 2005 movie rendition of Pride and Prejudice. Honestly, going into the viewing party, I was not confident. I figured it would probably be kind of boring and out of date. But oh my god, was I wrong. It might be due to the fact that just a few days prior, I had gotten my heart broken, shattered into tiny itty bitty little small pieces. But it is safe to say I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed it so much, in fact, that I decided to pick up and start reading a copy of the book itself from my sister's private library, which is her collection of books from her teen years. Not only did I pick up the book, but I had this insatiable desire to prance around in fields in a long dress. But I've never really been the dress type, so I didn't own anything that would work for the occasion. I pondered on ordering something online, but everything I found was either too fancy for the look I was going for, or frankly hideous. But then I got the ingenious idea to search through my mom's wardrobe in hopes that she would have something suitable for my turn of the century escapades, and lo and behold, I secured a blue dress of the style I was going for, an everyday piece suitable for walking to the village and visiting the millinery shop. The edition of the book that I found had some of the more difficult Old English words defined in the footnotes, which was incredibly helpful and made the process much easier. It also helped that I had already had an idea of the direction of the story from having seen the movie only a few days before. In fact, I am entirely glad that I viewed it before reading because I soaked up the extra details present in the book with excitement. However, I hit a point late in the story that halted me for about a week: the disappearance of Lydia Bennet. As Elizabeth was eagerly awaiting news on her sister's whereabouts, I was wanting it to be over with so that she could get back to the love story that I was vicariously, desperately living through. I was also moving forward with a promise to myself of watching the film again upon finishing the book, which was an extreme motivator because Keira Knightley. I spent hours into the night eating up Jane Austen's writing and began to notice a shift in the literary formation of my thoughts. What could this mean? Was I being transported through time to a place where letter writing was once again the norm? To test out my hypothesis, I decided to write a letter to the boy who had so recently broken my heart. I must admit, this is one of those therapy-type letters that I had and have no intention of sending. But in writing out my thoughts as if it were correspondence between a woman of the Shire and her lover, I was able to grasp onto what upset me so much about the heartbreak. I wrote more eloquently than I have in any letter that was intended to be sent, and this sense of achievement steadied me into a mode of self-assurance and emotional processing. This boy would not run away with my heart because I so claimed it as my own in my writing. I would imagine that if I were to send this message, his correspondence back would resemble something as convoluted as Mr. Collins's incessant and unwelcome apologies and platitudes. It is with civility, therefore, that I decided to refrain from conveying my thoughts via modern-day modes of communication, not for him, but for my future self. I also wish to remain amiable in appearance so that any future misgivings can be met without satisfaction from the other party upon the desertion of myself. I am quite glad that I applied myself as I did to Miss Jane Austen's writing, and am convinced that I shall again in the future. Oh, how the times change, and the men don't. Hey everyone, I hope you like this video. I worked really hard on it. I've actually been working on it for a couple weeks, and I finally got around to filming the last couple things and editing all together. And if you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, liking the video, commenting. It really helps a lot. Yeah, how are you guys doing? Quarantine really has me wilding. If you went through quarantine heartbreak, we can bond over that. Let's bond. It's bond time. Not bondage time, bonding time. Okay, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. What may surprise you is that this basket is full of onions. And that's on having a mom gardener.